Somewhere under this mound of dirt are the remains of an old house built by my family no later than the 1820s. However, it could be considerably older. After much searching, I eventually found the top of the old stone foundation. From there, I just started digging. There was a lot of stone buried in the foundation, a real mystery since this was definitely not a stone house.
Well, look at that. What the hell is this?
The tooled mortar work was the first clue, but then I found this picture and the mystery was solved. Naturally, I had to see what was left of the old wall in front of the new house. Looks like the first course of the wall is still here. This foundation apparently served as a 1950s trash pit after the house was taken down.
Looks like we got an old ketchup bottle. Probably from the 50s, maybe the 60s. Trash. Well, this looks like a soda bottle. No importance. So this goes in recycling. Ah, more of that front wall. Yeah, more of the stone wall from the front. More tooled mortar work. Much like this. Piece of somebody's shoe. I don't want them to know what kind of weirdo I am. I don't want to go any deeper than this clay for now. Anything under this might be important, I don't know.
But now I have another old photograph to think about. Where did this outhouse actually stand back in the 1930s when this photograph was taken?
This is a green looking patch right here. That might just be because she missed it with a mower. But I'll probably just go ahead and do a test pit right here.
I don't want the woman to know I dug up her yard searching for an old outhouse, so I'll try to keep this low key.
Bits of glass. A big old spike. Now, more glass. Cup, it looks like.
You really can't take up a shovel full of dirt in this yard without digging up a bunch of garbage.
Glass handle off of something. Alright, it looks like I'm down on virgin ground now. Yeah, I think this is virgin ground here, so. First target was a miss. She'll never even know. All right, let's collect our treasures. I'm going to do another test pit before it gets dark. Piece of glass. Really isn't anything down here, it doesn't look like. What if they're not this close to the old house at all? What if they're more up this way? Alright, I'm going to try a test pit up here. Just over in here, just to see what turns up. You just barely make it out. A little bit of, I think it's iron. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Just another big wire nail. Wow. A big piece of iron. Oh, there are bits of organic material down there, but not enough to justify keeping this hole wide open. We're going to go ahead and fill it in. It's a lot of work for a little bit of scrap. Sometimes I can round up the pour and get some work done for a pack of cigarettes. Pull your pants up. Jesus God. Oh, Jesus.
Too short.
First piece of plastic I found in this hole.
This one's got some mud on it.
Yeah, that's out of that old wall in the front. Another bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks like hot sauce.
That's something my grandfather used to say. Well, golly.
What is that? An old, that looks like an old perfume bottle or something. That's off that front wall. Yeah, that's off that front wall.
That's about 4 inch, 6 inch rock.
I can only stand the fella for a couple of hours at a time, so I take him back before it gets dark. Now there's another twist to the story. A friend of mine, just before he died at the age of 101 last year, told me that the lumber from the old house was used to build this house about a quarter mile down the road. I need to see for myself if there is any truth to this. Sure enough, Mr. Reynolds was probably right. The sheathing on this place is just old trim and doors, and most of the material is recycled. So my ancestral home still kind of exists. That amazes me. I managed to salvage the old bricks they had thrown out and brought them home. They were getting ready to throw this piece of trim away, so I snagged it up, and it's very typical of 18th and early 19th century beadboard. I'm now down on the original plaster that came out of this house. This is what I'll call the demolition level. When the house was destroyed, everything fell inside the foundation, and it looks like this plaster shows some fire damage, but everything below this level should be pretty important. Yeah, this plaster has definitely been destroyed. Something solid there. Probably a rock. I don't exactly know what this is. Lots of window glass. Now I'm running into very black organic material. Just a piece of coal. So we still have a ways to go. It's getting a little bit dark, so I'm going to wrap up for tonight.
Never mind, I couldn't sleep, so I'll go out and dig in the dark some more.
Oh, there's a stone right there.
The foundation was built right on top of this stone, so I'm at or close to the original floor level.
The deeper I go, the more sense I can make out of everything here. This is quite literally the dirt of my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, my great-great-great-grandparents, and my great-great-great-great-grandparents.
When I get down deep enough, there is some gorgeous sand here. I'm down as low as I'm going to go, and I did uncover one corner of the foundation. There was plenty of 1950s and 1960s trash. It's not really relevant to my family, so I'll dispose of it. Nothing of monetary value was found, but old broken plaster, bits of coal, and pieces of window glass bring me just a little bit closer to my ancestors, and that is priceless. Am I disappointed? Absolutely not. I have a lot more digging ahead of me, and I expect to find some awesome artifacts left to me by my ancestors.